Well, speaking of identity, Tottenham Hotspur chairman Daniel Levy has said it was a mistake to hire Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte, adding that the Premier League club needed to go back to its roots with new manager Ange Postecoglou. In March, former Juventus coach Conte became the second serial winner manager to leave the North London side in little more than 3 years, after they also sacked Mourinho 2 years ago, after the Portuguese was brought in to replace the hugely popular Mauricio Pochettino. Levy says the club needed to go back to its roots to find its identity. Basically, they needed to go back to the senseis, back up in the Himalayan mountains, and find themselves once again. My thing is, it seems to me like, because I don't know about Conte, but Jose Mourinho was this close to winning Tottenham Hotspur a title, the first title in a long time. Levy was the one who cut that opportunity short. Now he goes on and he's talking about how it was a mistake to bring these men in. Meanwhile, the fan base for years have been saying the consistent thing that is wrong with Tottenham Hotspur is Daniel Levy himself. Is this just attempting to shift the blame? Because these are two men that have been known to be volatile, hard to work with, demand their way or the highway. Is he just looking for easy targets to paint for everyone else to say, you know what, maybe Levy is right? It's these two men that did wrong in that period. And even if we agree, even if we accept that, he's the one who brought these two men, which goes back to his running of the club, his competence in running the club.
Levy is Levy. He's a bad politician. That's what bad politicians do. They cause issues and then they blame someone else for it. The reality of the matter is, this coming weekend, Spurs fans know this. They're going to lose to Arsenal, and that will expose the issue, because Tottenham Hotspur are just on that. It's called the new manager bounce. We've seen it 1,001 times in football. It's not new. It's a new manager bounce. There's nothing special. The new manager that came from Scotland, it's nothing special. I'm not knocking him down. I'm not saying he's a bad manager. But trust me, when reality hits Tottenham Hotspurs this season, to which it will hit them hard. Let them ask two teams, Man U and Chelsea. They will explain to them what happens when reality hits you. Then they'll understand. So now, because you've had a few wins, he's having a Q&A with the Tottenham fans, and we always wanted to. I saw the interview. We always wanted to win. Everyone was clapping. I don't think Mourinho and Conte were the best fit for the club. You don't even know what's the best fit for your club. That's the reality of the matter. And you have a manager who is, to his credit, is trying his best, but I can assure you, the realities check is coming up.
I don't even know what he means by get back to the roots. How is Ange Postecoglou a direct link to that root that he speaks of? Before Mauricio Pochettino, there was Harry Redknapp, and to me, that is the closest we can say where the root or the identity of the Tottenham Hotspur resides.
True.
And even after that, Mauricio Pochettino came with his own sensibilities of how to play the game. And since then, I don't think Tottenham have played the way they played under Harry Redknapp, or gone about the business of playing football with the kind of identity, the kind of sensibilities that Harry Redknapp established back then. Certainly, I think they are still in the process of finding an identity, and like you said, when they hit the wall will hit them back, and they will realize, because it only takes one loss in the Premier League, and then it's just a cascade of problems after that.
I agree, 1,000%. We talk about playing identity and style. Harry Redknapp was behind their first foray into the Champions League. Of course, they had a very young Gareth Bale at the time. They had Peter Crouch and a few other young players that will, become legends later in their own rights. You move on to the likes of Jose Mourinho and the likes of Conte. And we saw this in those press conferences with Conte. Like we mentioned, he's a fiery character. He has so much passion with how he operates as a manager, and he demanded more of the players there. He really did. Mourinho did the same thing, but once results were not going that way, of course, Levy has not really shown that he's a very, very, let's say, I don't say rambunctious, but flexible chairman. He's very, very rigid. I mean, the movements, we saw the drama just to let Kane go to Bayern. Kane was on the day of the transfer, he was about to leave for the airport and he was stopped. I mean, can you imagine that? And there was a news that there's a buyback clause for Harry Kane to come back to Tottenham Hotspur from Bayern. I'm like, what is going on here? So for Tottenham, this is just patching a massive leaking tank. And once that tape pops off, we are back to the circus. I can assure you. And I have nothing against Tottenham. I really have no affiliations for or against the club, really. That's the honest truth. If I'm being a football fan here, I couldn't care less. But as an analyst, and for the care of those who support Spurs, or for international viewers, it is quite sad. And the reality is this. Your club hasn't gone over the water yet. I can assure you. It's a long season. We just started. This is just the first month. And so I feel Tottenham are about to still really get hit by some really tough periods.
Well, funny thing about Tottenham Hotspur, they have a fan base that seems to demand or believe itself to be, it should be expecting titles and trophies the way like the likes of United, Chelsea, Man United.
Similar fan base.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. We'll see this weekend. We get the opportunity to come back and see some Premier League football, and we'll look forward to it. Thank you so much, Victor Godffrey, for joining me on the show. I think you should get yourself a mask, one distinct to your particular Victor.
You know, at this point in time, Mukai, there are many Victors right now doing well for Nigerian football. You have Victor Boniface, you have Victor Sime. I might as well just join them and just start playing for one football club, and who knows what happens.
Abil. I think Kwara is looking for...
Nah, I'm going for Sporting Lagos.
All right, thank you so much, Victor. Have a good one, and it's always a pleasure having you on the show. I hope to do it again very soon. Thanks for having me. And to you at home, or at work, wherever you've had the opportunity to catch us on Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa. My name, as always, as eloquently put as I can put it, is Mukai Tinubu. It's always a pleasure having you join us on the show. Remember, life is never boring with some sports. Have a wonderful evening.